Hey everyone, how are we today? I'm just doing a all signs sort of quick check-in reading today. Just sort of whatever comes out, important messages for you. And I will just let everyone know if you want to leave a comment in one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. I'll be drawing that when we hit our first 100 subscribers. So, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well so you can keep updated. I will also just let everybody know I'm sorry in advance. I will be putting a note in the community section, but I am sorry in advance if my readings next week do come out a little bit later than my normal upload time. I will be traveling and doing a bit of a road trip with my son. So, internet connection in the middle of Australia can be a bit of a drama. So while we're traveling, so I just thought I'd let everybody know. And obviously, I will be away for a week as well. So, I will still get videos up there for you guys, but, I may have some delays in the actual posting of those as I will be sort of visiting family and, that's going to be taking priority for me in this next sort of week. Okay, so tomorrow we do have the full moon shadow work reading, so I will be putting that up tomorrow, Monday here at my time. Sorry. And then we will be sort of going through next week with those weekly readings, probably looking at singles this week. So keep your eye out for those as well. But today, like I said, we're just going to sort of see what comes out, the important messages that you need to sort of know right now. We do have the the Terra Lenormand deck here. Keeping track of all these decks. I've got way too many now. No such thing, I know. But I will also grab a couple of cards from those romantic fairy deck as well, the oracle cards there. I did use these in yesterday's reading, but basically I did notice that, out of 54 cards, we only had about 14 cards draw. We had quite a lot of double ups coming through when it was coming into the no contact situations that we were doing yesterday in that reading. So I thought we would use that deck again and, see if we're going to get double ups once again for you guys, or if we are going to get some extra information coming through. All right. So starting off today with Libra, obviously always taking my little timestamps. Okay, so Libra, what is most important for our Libras to know at the moment? Important message for our Libras, please. Okay, and just clarity for that. Why does Libra need to know that, please? Okay, Libra. So firstly, we do have the bear energy. So the bear is all about standing in your own power, staying strong, okay, through whatever is coming up for you, in the near future there, Libra. It is that protective element, the mama bear of the cards, looking after themselves, standing firm in your boundaries, and really coming from your own strength and power at the moment there, especially as we do have the mice following that. So there is sort of some sort of loss or, something that was taken from you in a sense, that you are sort of dealing with at the moment. So really standing strong through that. It's probably eating away at you a little bit, nibbling away in the back of your mind. But really just that message of strength and remembering to, stand in your own power with whatever that is. I keep getting the boundaries reference as well. So keeping firm in your boundaries. Okay. We do also have the feminine energy coming through as well. So the feminine energy there, it really just talks about that emotional nurturing of yourself as well. So whether or not you are a feminine or identify as a feminine, that's kind of irrelevant with the feminine and masculine. It really just talks about the emotional side of ourselves and nurturing those sides of ourselves. So with the mice and the bear, really nurturing those emotions that you are going through at the moment, and really, remembering that you are strong. Every woman figure is a very strong, powerful figure. They are the nurturers. They are, the mama bear, like we saw with that bear coming out. So really standing strong in that feminine power at the moment, Libra. And the reason that that's coming out for you is the stars. All right. So the stars really does talk about your wish fulfillment. So it's basically, I'm getting this reference that if you don't weather the storm and you don't stand strong and you don't, protect your own interests and boundaries, your wishes aren't going to be fulfilled. Whereas if you do, stand in your power and stay strong, your wishes are going to be fulfilled. All right. So as long as you are able to stand strong through whatever this is sort of eating away in the back of your mind, you do have some really a lot of hope and optimism on the other side of that. That's why you need to know that, because you need to know that if you stay strong, all your wishes will come true, Libra. But I'll grab you some of those oracle as well. Libra, important message for Libra with love, please. What does Libra need to know about love? Okay, I have no idea what everyone got yesterday, so it's up to you whether you want to combine yesterday's messages with these cards, with this reading or not. We do have the love language physical touch card coming out. A tender touch means so much. All right. So I do feel as though, that physical touch, that could just be talking once again about that intimacy with yourself, that emotional connection, and also friendly support. All right. So fairies, guides, and friends, your give love and aid. Okay. So relying on your friendship group at the moment to help you with this issue, to give you that support, to even give you that physical touch, that hug that you might need at the moment. All right. You do have a big support system around you, Libra, and they are there to support you and love you. So take advantage of that. It is there for a reason. It's okay to ask for help when we need it. Okay, but moving on to Scorpio. How are we, Scorpio? Important message for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know right now, please? Okay, and give us some love cards for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know with love, please? Okay, so we are getting some interesting energy for you, Scorpio. Firstly, we do have the dog energy. So that is the card of friendship, but also the card of loyalty and support and compassion. That's actually followed up with the stars, all right? So some wish that you may have when it comes to having more loyalty, having more support in your life, it does look as though that wish is about to be fulfilled. The stars really does talk about wish fulfillment, all your dreams coming true, having a lot of hope and optimism. Can be relying on friends at this time to sort of help you achieve your goals as well. That's also coming out with the Sun card, okay? So the Sun really is one of the happiest cards in the whole deck. It talks directly about happiness, things coming to light a little bit as well. So those wishes, I feel, are what's coming to light for you, Scorpio. You really are going to start seeing some of your wishes being fulfilled and those things coming to light for you. So that's a beautiful message today, Scorpio. Now, when it comes to love, I do have the love language gift giving card coming out there. And as you can see, look, it's got a little puppy in that as well. He's giving her the little puppy. So that's the reference straight back to that dog card as well. Relying on your friends for support, relying on that loyalty, and gift giving may be part of that as well. So, you may have a friend giving you a gift. Tokens of reciprocal energy, hold cherished memories. All right. With this next card as well, memento, a gift from someone special. So we've got two cards talking about gifts directly coming to you. We're seeing the wishes card. We're seeing that reference with the dog coming through twice. So I do feel as though a lot of you are going to be receiving some sort of a gift from a friend, and it's going to be something that you kind of wish for. It's going to be something really lovely. All right. But we're also seeing that the idea of the memories coming through with that as well, because a memento, and then that directly mentioning memories of gifts. So you may actually be holding on to some cherished memories through gifts that have been given to you in the past as well. But I do feel as though for a lot of you that wish is coming through as a physical thing for you at the moment, Scorpio. So you guys may be receiving an actual gift very soon. Keep me updated, guys. Let me know. What do you get? Okay, so moving over to our Sagittarius. How are we today, Sagittarius? Just sort of having a quick check-in and seeing what's coming out today. What's most important for Sagittarius to know, please? Important message for our Sagittarians. Okay, and give us some cards for Saggy on love. Important message for Sagittarius with love, please. Okay, so firstly we have the garden has come out there. So that's a really social sort of a card. I'm getting a lot of messages today about, friends and that sort of a thing. So having a social card come out does not surprise me at all. But it does talk about places to meet people, going out, getting back out there, that kind of a vibe, hanging out with some friends, somewhere restful and positive. It is a very positive card. It could also talk about a physical garden, like getting out there and doing some gardening, all that sort of stuff. But I do feel as though for majority of you, this is going to a place like a social event, that kind of a thing, or going out and about and meeting up with people, having those social meetings out, at a coffee shop or anywhere like that, because it is going to start a new adventure for you, Sagittarius. We do have the ship coming through there. So you may need to physically travel to meet up with some people at the moment. There may be a bit of a distance there, but overall I do feel as though this is really just talking about, starting a new journey. All your ships coming in, you're going to sort of, whatever this social event that you're attending is, it really is going to sort of start off, set the wind in your sails, so to speak. I feel get you started on a brand new journey for yourself there, Sagittarius. So that's actually really lovely for you. We do also have the feminine coming out as well. So with the garden on the table, it may actually be meeting up with a female friend. It may be traveling to meet up with a female friend. Normally I don't read the genders there, but it does need to be said with those particular combination. But generally the feminine is really about that nurturing and the emotions. Okay, so really nurturing your emotional side at the moment, and I feel as though for a lot of you, getting out and about and hanging out with friends is really helping you nurture your emotions. All right, so I do want to say as well that the garden sometimes can talk about propositions as well, so and invites to places. So if people are inviting you somewhere, to go out to a social event or anything like that, I really would suggest going at the moment, Sagittarius. We also have, for the love side of things, Forever Young. All right, so that says a song of youthful playfulness. So that really does sort of inspire and evoke that garden kind of vibe as well. That playfulness, energy, getting out and hanging out with friends, and just having a good old giggle and having a bit of fun with some people that you care about. All right, and we also have the natural evolution card. Okay, so that does say, let the situation unfold naturally. And as you can see, once again, we've got that garden reference. In this card, these two people are sort of chilling in a public garden space. I don't know why their clothes are all off in all these cards, but whatever. You know, once again, it's bringing to mind that garden card and really getting out and about and just sort of going with the flow a little bit for when it comes to love at the moment, Sagittarius. But I do feel as though you've got maybe some partying coming up in your future with that combination. So make sure you, you know, go out. Don't be afraid to sort of show your face in public at the moment, Sagittarius. All right, so moving over to Capricorn. How are we today, Capricorn? Just looking at the most important message for you at this time. What does Capricorn need to know right now, please? Important message for our Capricorns. Okay, and what do we have coming out for love? Important message for Capricorn with love, please. Okay, so firstly, we do have the crossroads coming out, Capricorn. So some sort of choice or decision coming up for you very soon, choosing which path you're going to take. You know, just I feel as though, you know, straight away I'll show you, we've got the moon coming out next. And the moon really does talk about following your intuition. So, you know, when you are making any choices or decisions, making sure we're following our intuition and our heart. The moon also is, you know, a very emotionally sensitive card as well. So, you know, it may be some sort of emotional choice having to come out there in the near future. You may be needing to sort of, you may be faced with some decision emotionally and really needing to follow your intuition when you are making that choice so that you will be on the right path. But that moon card is quite a beautiful card as well. Also, we do have the bouquet coming through as well. So that's really talking about, you know, that giving and taking kind of energy, making sure that we are giving if we want to receive and that we are allowing ourselves to receive if we are giving that energy or physical gifts even. But it is a very happy, sort of blessed card as well. So whatever is happening with this choice that you are needing to make, it does sort of involve that give and take of energy, I feel, for you. So it's that emotional give and take. So maybe something that you've given a lot to emotionally already. Sometimes the flowers can reference things that have been you know, a little bit one-sided, and it's really talking about needing to balance the one-sidedness out. So, you know, giving as much as we are taking and vice versa. All right. So it's really just talking about that give and take, that equality between people as well. But it is a very loving, giving energy, you know. So it may be a good time to, you know, be giving a gift to somebody, or you may even receive a gift. But with that moon there as well, I feel as though we would be talking more about energy and emotional giving and receiving. All right. Now, what a Capricorn card to come flying out with love here. We do have the material attachment card coming out. So too much focus on visible trappings. Okay, so I feel as though this, you know, we all know Capricorns are, you know, supposed to be the materialistic sort of sign. Personally, I think my Leo rising is more to blame than my Capricorn sun. I'm not going to deny that. But the materialistic stuff, it's just letting us know that, you know, you may be coming across as caring more about the materialistic stuff. And maybe that's why we've got that flowers coming out as well, because maybe someone thinks that we are taking too much material, or we are only able to give and take material things rather than energy and love and emotion. All right, so really making sure that we are covering our bases when that card's coming out, and focusing more on the energy and the emotion of attachment, and not so much on, you know, material items. All right, but then we also have the marriage card for you, Capricorn. So that does say wedding bells are ringing. So, you know, that this emotional choice, it could have to do with a marriage, all right? So some of you may be actually, making that decision as to whether you're going to continue a marriage or whether you are going to accept a proposal, all those types of things. Marriage can mean a lot more than just, that walking down the aisle marriage. It can just mean that, long-term commitment. These days, marriage doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily the be all and end all of emotional commitment, all right? So it can talk about just deeper levels of emotional commitment rather than a physical marriage, all right? But for some of you, I feel like that is actually marriage in the cards. So, let me know, Capricorn, if you are sort of on that path and you are heading towards marriage at the moment. All right, so moving on to our Aquarians. How are we today, Aquarius? Just getting quick messages for everyone today and, sort of seeing what where the energy takes us. All right. So Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know right now? Important message for our Aquarians, please. And important message for Aquarius with love, please. Important message for Aquarius with love, please. Okay, so I've got I've got a kind of clear, kind of specific message coming out with the cards I've got here, Aquarius. So this may not resonate for everyone. If it doesn't resonate for you, feel free to check your other placements. But I am just getting sort of one message through with this layout today. So I do have the masculine coming through, the stork, and then the child. All right. So what I'm actually seeing is, straight away, I want to just say, Aquarius, if you are able to have children, be wary that may be a possibility at the moment. You may be, these two cards together can talk about pregnancy. All right, so I just wanted to mention that. But firstly, I feel that that masculine energy, that is a very sort of non-emotional energy. It is a logical energy. It's your thoughts, like up in your thoughts. What I'm actually getting for this is an idea. All right, so you can see that this particular masculine, he's got all these sort of butterflies flying around him. So it kind of gives me that vibe sometimes of like, here he is standing here, and these are all his, ideas, his logical thoughts, like the physical form of his logic flying around him there. And the reason it's sort of following through is because, there's a particular idea that, we do have the stork coming out next. And the stork is that pregnancy card, like I said, and it's that phase of gestation. All right. So we're seeing this idea taking, like, it's putting the first little seeds into this idea. It's stirring up that new energy with the stork, and so it's like the gestation of an idea, that idea of taking root and finally starting to, it could be like a 9-month pregnancy of this idea taking growth. But then we do see the child, all right? And so you can kind of get the vibe from that, if the stalk is that pregnancy, that 9 months of pregnancy, and then we have that child, there we go, we have that physical representation of that idea birthing into this child and being in its infancy, and now it's sort of in its new beginnings, and it's going to have this opportunity to grow into an adult. So it's something, an idea that is in its very beginning stages. It's only just sort of taking root, and it's going to start sort of I keep wanting to say it's just going to start gestating, but then it is going to, be birthed out into the world and turn into something, that is going to actually grow. All right. So whatever this idea is for you, I feel like it's a good idea. It's following that natural progression. All right. So whatever we're finding, that logical idea that that you've now sort of birthed into the world, or you are just stirring up that new energy and ready to sort of start that adventurous spirit. The child does have a lot of innocence and joy, and sense and amazement of where the world can take you as well. So whatever this idea is, run with it, because it's really looking like it's going to have a really positive start for you. All right. Then when it comes to love, we do have love language gift giving coming through. So tokens of reciprocal energy, holding cherished memories. All right. So there may be some things that you are holding on to at the moment, sort of having those cherished memories coming through when it comes to love. We also have guided steps to great love. So follow the path of ascension. All right. So that once again talks about, that path of things steadily growing. All right. So we're definitely seeing the birth of something fantastic coming through for you today, Aquarius. So, hopefully that goes really well and grows into, a full-blown adult idea for you all. Okay. Let me know. All right. So moving on to our Pisces. How are we today, Pisces? Just looking at what important messages want to come through for you today. Important message for our Pisces, please. And what's going on for Pisces with love? Important message for Pisces with love, please. Okay, so Pisces, firstly, we do have the stork coming out. So the stork really does stir up brand new energy. It gets things moving. What we're seeing that new energy stirred up in is love, all right? That's the heart coming through. So that's love and romance. So new energy getting stirred up for you with love and romance. But at the moment, it is just still sort of in your thoughts. We do have the clouds coming out as well. So it's kind of letting us know, don't overthink it. Don't allow confusion to take hold, or anxiety or overthinking to take hold. Really trying to find the silver lining in everything at the moment, Pisces, because there is some new energy getting stirred up when it comes to, even just the way you're thinking about love. So it's kind of just letting us know, don't allow yourself to overthink things. Don't get too stuck up in your head when it comes to love. Really stay down in that heart space and just appreciate that new energy coming through for you at the moment. We also have, when it comes to love, obviously your reading, it only wants to talk about love today, Pisces, but we do have that physical connection card that does say the sacred union of bodies, two becoming one. All right. So there may be some physical times in your near future, Pisces, but we also do have the divine timing card. I know in one of my recent readings for you, Pisces, that idea of, things may take a little bit longer for you at the moment with love, Pisces, was coming through, but we do have a serendipitous event coming through with that divine timing card. So that really just talks about, don't get stuck up in your head, go with the flow. Things will happen when they're supposed to happen. Okay, Pisces. So, but definitely, your approach to love, I feel, maybe where that new energy is getting stirred up for you, Pisces, which is always a good thing when your approach and your thoughts about, and the ideal of what love is for you and all that sort of a thing. All right. But moving on to our Aries. How are we today, Aries? Just most important thing Aries needs to know right now. Most important message for our Aries at the moment, please. Okay, and Aries, when it comes to love, important message for Aries in the area of love, please. Okay, so firstly, we have the ring coming out for you, Aries. So obviously that could be talking directly about a relationship, or we could also just be seeing, the cycles of your life and the cycles that we've been through in the past, coming back around, taking note of what cycles we are in, all right, because we are seeing next that whip coming through. So you're having some sort of trouble or tension. So if you are in a relationship, there may be some sort of trouble or tension, some sort of drama unfolding in the near future within that connection. Otherwise, we are just sort of looking at, like I said, a troubled sort of cycle, a cycle that you really need to assess how to sort of stop that cycle for yourself, Aries, because we do also have here the bear card. Okay, so the bear really does talk about protecting yourself, standing firm for within yourself, standing in your power, and staying strong throughout these troubles. Okay, so I am sorry to say, Aries, that we are seeing a little bit of tension or drama coming up for you within a relationship platform, or like I said, that cycles. But if you stay strong and stand strong in your power, protective of yourself, that will be all, fine as well. And we do have with love here, we do have two of the love languages have come out for you here. So we do have the physical touch card, which says a tender touch means so much. So we may be having some physical intimacy in the near future, Aries. We also have the acts of service card, which does say actions speak louder than words. All right. So maybe, when we do see that trouble coming through for you with relationships at the moment, these may be sort of a bit of helpful advice for you. Physical touch, as well as, actions speaking louder than words. So showing this person that you care about them, maybe through physical touch. So definitely important at the moment, Aries. So that's what I have for you, and we'll move over to our Taurus. How are we, Taurus? Just looking at important messages for you today. Important messages for Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to know? Okay, so Taurus, we do have the clouds firstly. So the clouds really does talk about being stuck in your thoughts, maybe overthinking things a little bit at the moment, coming from a very realistic standpoint, where logical standpoint, where we are thinking about things rather than acting from our heart. And you're kind of moving into this journey here. We do have the ship coming through. So we are seeing that, your thoughts are kind of taking you on a wild goose chase, I want to say, with those two cards. You are really overthinking something and not thinking it through with your heart, and your thought, you're getting sort of trapped in your thoughts and getting quite anxious and confused about where you're going. I feel, the ship is talking about, starting new adventures, traveling, that sort of a thing. But I feel as though it's kind of traveling in the wrong direction with this clouds card here. You're kind of feeling a bit confused. You're not sure exactly which direction you should be traveling. You want to start a new adventure, but you're not sure exactly where to go. It's kind of like you're in this ship ready to set sail, but you have no map. Is kind of what I feel with this clouds card. It's really overpowering, that ship energy today. So really focusing on acting from your heart at the moment, thinking from your heart rather than your brain and your logical sense at the moment, because we do see the scythe coming in after that. So that talks about sudden changes, unexpected twist to the story. So the more that you get, because if you set sail on this journey, using just your logic, you are going to face some unexpected challenges, and that's going to be unexpected change, maybe unwanted changes. Whereas if you're, following the path of your heart and your emotional sense and your intuition, that unexpected plot twist is going to be, a much more positive thing coming in for you. So it's kind of letting us know, the scythe, like I said, it talks about that sudden change, but it can talk about a sudden break. So I feel as though it's sort of letting us know, have a sudden break from overthinking at the moment. Have a sudden break away from the way that we're sort of trying to start new adventures, breaking away from the way that we're doing things at the moment when it comes to acting from overthinking or confusion. All right. Then we'll have a look at what wants to come out when it comes to love. Important message for Taurus when it comes to love, please. Okay, firstly, we have fearless love coming through. So a courageous leap into the unknown. All right. So I feel like that once again, that's that clouds and that ship. So we're wanting to start that new adventure, but right now we're too busy thinking everything through, thinking every little facet of that new adventure through, but we're actually really having to take a bit of a leap into the unknown. So that's why we're having to sort of break away from our thoughts and really follow our heart, because that it can lead us into the unknown, but that's kind of what's needed for you at the moment, Taurus. We also have the forgiveness card coming through. So that says, allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past. All right, so there may be something that you do need to forgive from the past, whether it's a person or yourself. There is some forgiveness that needs to happen at the moment as well, Taurus. I feel like I do need to remind you, Taurus, that I will be uploading that shadow work video tomorrow. So keep your eye out for that if you are ready to sort of start that healing journey and start working on yourself. That will be a great sort of starting point for you. All right, so moving over to our Geminis. How are we today, Gemini? Just looking today at, whatever wants to come out for you, really. An important message for our Geminis. Important message for Gemini, please. Okay, and important message for Gemini when it comes to love. Important message for Gemini with love, please. Okay, so firstly, I do have the scythe coming out. So that's sort of taking a sudden break or a change. It's like that unexpected plot twist coming through for you. Really needing to make some changes at the moment. These may happen quite suddenly or unexpectedly for you, Gemini. So really embracing any changes coming your way at the moment. They are likely to be, here we go, the tree. They are likely to be in the realm of self-care, self-advancement, self-growth. All right. The tree really does talk about your personal wisdom and your personal knowledge when it comes to, growing yourself. Okay. So you may have an unexpected change that comes through that makes you learn more about yourself. You may unexpectedly be realizing that you have grown or that you are growing in a certain way. But it's going to lead you into this fox energy, all right? And that fox energy, I feel that that's coming through as, really looking after yourself, number one. It does have this element of self-survival, of independence. So, growing into a much more independent, self-reliant person. All right. And that fox, it's a quite a clever card as well. So we do have with the tree and the fox there, we do have this really high intelligence coming through as well. So we may have some really sudden changes in how we're sort of perceiving things and realizing, hang on, I'm smarter than that, and really starting to act it as well, being quite clever with the way that you're dealing with things. All right. And then when it comes to love, we do have the psychic connection card. So that does say your communicating goes beyond mere words. All right. So that could mean quite a lot of things for a lot of different people. If you do have, personal abilities that may be directly related to that. But it's really talking about, picking up on other people's energy and picking up on, being able to understand people without actual words, like just from their body language and those sorts of things as well. We also have friend zoned coming out for you today, there, Gemini. So a lack of passion in this companionship. So, you may be suddenly realizing that you're better than this, you're smarter than this. Someone has friend zoned you, and that, there's no sort of love or lust in this particular connection that has come through with this friend zone card. Or this maybe you have done this to someone and sort of suddenly realizing, look, I don't actually want to really be in a connection with this person because I only have a friendship love towards that person. All right. So that's what's coming through for you today, Gemini. So I hope that helped. Let me know in the comments if that resonated for you. But moving over to our Cancer. How are we today, Cancer? Hope everyone is doing really well. Just looking today at, what most important message needs to come out for you today. Most important message for our Cancers, please. Pardon. And let's get some love cards for you as well, Cancer. Important message for Cancer when it comes to love. What does Cancer need to know about love, please? Okay, so Cancer, firstly, we do have the anchor, all right? So holding pretty steady. You may be feeling as though you're in a period of, some sort of stagnancy. Like, that's not always a bad thing, though. It does sort of, the anchor holds you steady through the storm. So it can be a really good thing as well. But there may be something sort of weighing down on you a little bit. And it's going to be something, very sort of affecting you long term. So it might be something, from the past. I feel as though it's probably from the past with the Tower as well. So we do have the anchor and then the lily and then the Tower. The Tower does talk about the past, all right? So with the anchor there may be something weighing you down a little bit, but it's definitely, it's going to be something affecting your long term. So it may be something from a very long time ago that's still sort of weighing down on you a little bit. And, because the lily does talk about that long term, that longevity. It also does talk about emotional intimacy. So with the reference to emotions there, I do feel as though this may be an emotion that has kind of stuck with you for a long time and it's just sort of weighing you down a little bit at the moment. But like I said, the anchor doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's talking about finding what makes you feel stable long term, really holding yourself stable long term. So it can be quite positive as well. But with the Tower there, we do, like I said, see it can be things from the past. So it would be something from long-term past, if that's the case for you. Excuse me. But the Tower really does sort of talk about, needing to just take some time alone, go up in your tower by yourself, be Rapunzel. Don't worry about letting down your hair just as of yet. Spend some time alone. Bit of hermit mode coming up for you, I feel, Cancer. Really sort of working through whatever has been weighing you down and how you want to, move forward in your long-term future rather than focusing on things that have happened a long time ago. How can we sort of focus on that long-term stability in the future? How can we, lay stronger foundations for ourselves in the future? All right. We also do have, with love here, guided steps to great love. So that does say, follow the path of ascension. All right. So once again, a reference to that tower, climbing those steps slowly, taking some time to yourself and really following, just going with the flow and following those steps to ascend, and you will find a great love at the end of all that. All right. We do also have reaching out coming through. That does say expect a call or text from your person of interest. So definitely maybe getting some somebody reaching out to you in the near future as well. So let me know, if that happens anytime soon for you there, Cancer. But that's what I have for you today. Of course, feel free to check your other placements if that doesn't resonate for you. But we'll move on to Leo. How are we today, Leo? Just looking today at, important messages for you at this time. What's most important for Leo to know at this time, please? Okay, and Leo, important message for Leo with love, please. Important message for Leo with love. Okay, so firstly we have the rider coming on through for you, Leo, and then that's actually followed by the scythe, all right? So the rider he comes in quick with good news. So with both of these cards here, the rider and then the scythe, they both are really, really quick, okay? So something's going to happen super quick. It's probably going to come in the form of, someone heading your way with some sort of news, but it's actually going to lead to a lot of unexpected changes. This scythe is like a sudden break or a change, so it's like that unexpected plot twist happening. All right, so you're going to have some sort of news that is going to bring about a lot of change in the near future for you there. And what it's going to change for you there is this fox energy. All right, so the fox is a very independent card. So we definitely could be seeing some unexpected news that is changing your independence. So, for a lot of you, Leo, I do feel as though this could actually be, referencing, no longer having to rely just on yourself. There may be somebody else coming into the mix for you soon. But, it is quite a tricky, clever sort of card. We may be changing the way that we're looking at things and the way we're looking at our own sense of survival in a really smart sort of way as well. But, in an unexpected change sort of form, we may be finding that, you are changing the way you're dealing with people and making sure we're being a little bit more, fully truthful and open and vulnerable, those sorts of things. The fox really does only look after themselves. Whereas I'm finding with this changing for you, it's talking about, becoming a little bit more open to taking other people and involving other people in your world a little bit more, Leo. We do also have the falling in love card. Okay, so this is why I sort of do feel as though it may be, a change to your independence coming through for you, Leo. It does say sudden feelings that this is the one. So you may be meeting someone who is, bringing that good news that you're having a sudden change to your independence, as in, you're not alone anymore, Leo, is kind of what I'm getting from that immediately. And we do have dreams come true. So have faith, your rainbow will come smiling through. What a beautiful message for you today, Leo. All your dreams coming true. It does look like it's going to be in the form of, less independence, but not in a bad way. All right, in a way where it's someone that's going to help you carry that weight of the world. Okay, so sounds like a very interesting upcoming time for you, Leo. So be prepared for that. But like I said, those cards are super, super quick, and with the scythe there, it could be very, very unexpected changes happening for you as well. So, keep that in mind, Leo. All right, moving on to our Virgos. How are we today, Virgo? Just looking at most important message coming through for you today. Important message for our Virgos, please. What does Virgo need to know at this time? Okay, and just give us a couple of cards for love as well. Important message for Virgo when it comes to love, please. Okay, so Virgo, I do have the stork coming through first and foremost, followed by the mountain. So I am getting a message that I feel as though is probably just for maybe one or two of the Virgos out there. But the stork can sometimes talk about pregnancy, and the mountain does talk about delays or challenges. So if you are actually someone who is actively trying to get pregnant or get somebody pregnant, there may be some obstacles or challenges or delays in that occurring, okay? So I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm just seeing that we may have some obstacles or challenges with that, all right? So if that's you, you'll know. But, for everybody else, that was just a bit of a side message coming through. But, in general, that stalk really does talk about things getting stirred up, new energy getting stirred up. But what it does look like that's getting stirred up is some obstacles or challenges or delays occurring for you in the near future, Virgo. We do have that energy. It's brand new obstacles, things that you may not have faced before. And with the mountain, though, every obstacle is also an opportunity, or you can see the butterfly here. So it really does talk about transforming those obstacles into opportunities. Once you climb that mountain and put in a bit of hard work and determination to overcome those obstacles, you can see your way clear and know exactly what path to take from there, and really finding those opportunities on the other side of that. All right, so we may be sort of stirring up a few challenges coming up for you, Virgo, but I really do feel as though on the other side of that mountain, you'll get to the top of that mountain, and you'll be able to get straight back on down again. And then we're heading into the garden energy, so there may just be small little speed bumps. I'm not feeling that mountain as a huge delay or a huge obstacle in your path. Just maybe just a few little things, that unexpected delays, for things occurring for you at the moment. But we also have the garden here, and so that's a very social, positive card. Okay, so on the other side of that mountain, we do have like invitations to go out and about, spend time with people, those sorts of things. It does talk about meeting people, hanging out with friends, going out to social events, all those sorts of things as well. So there may just be some, I feel for maybe even one or two of you, this could actually just be talking about a delay in a certain social event. So if there's a social event that you are looking forward to attending, there may be some sort of a delay. It may be delayed just slightly. I feel so for some of you that may be what this is all about. But otherwise, on the other side of this mountain, after you've overcome those challenges, you will have this restful, positive time period where you just get to sort of spend time with people that you care about. And it's a very social card as well. So getting out and about, spending time doing little things socially, and all that sort of stuff as well. Now, when it comes to love, we do have bonding coming through. So that says, as you get to know each other, you discover many things in common. Okay, so if you are already in a connection, this is something that helps strengthen that connection, just a little bit of extra bonding with your person. If you haven't met somebody yet, you will probably, get to know somebody soon. With that garden card, it can talk about meeting new people as well. So if you haven't got anyone in your life, you may very soon have somebody coming through for you. We also have the forgiveness card. All right, and so that does say, allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past. So you may still be dealing with a few little things from your past as well, whether that's forgiveness for a person or forgiveness for yourself. Definitely something that you need to sort of take on board at the moment as well, Virgo. Now, I will be uploading tomorrow my shadow work video. So, if you are trying to heal from some things and work on yourself a little bit, give yourself some forgiveness, that shadow work video may be a really good spot for you to start. So I recommend that for you guys. But other than that, that's what I have for everyone today. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Everyone that comments will go in the draw for a free personal reading. But thank you all so much for your support already, and I hope to see you all again soon.